Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live, to this wonderful session with the IT and information security leaders in the financial services sector. I am having a very interesting conversation today in the area of information security and IT governance with a noted leader from the insurance sector. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Kiran Belsekar, who is the Chief Information Security Officer and the Head of IT Governance at Aegon Life. Kiran, welcome to Banking Frontiers Live.
Thank you, Babu. It is my honor to be part of such esteemed platform. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So Kiran has been heading the information security and IT governance insurance company, which is an insure tech to be from all standards. And they have really been a cloud native organization. So Kiran, let us understand a little more interesting insights from you on your experience. First thing is the insurance industry is consistently evolving and had a closer approach towards cloud. And you have also been a cloud enthusiast yourself. How are you aligning your technology stack to get maximum agility and versatility? And at the same time, how is your security also aligned with it? Maybe first we will go with the agility and versatility perspective, then we will go into the security.
Thanks. Excellent question, Babu. But first of all, I appreciate you calling out Aegon Life as an insurtech. While we call ourselves internally an insurtech, since our culture, our process, our security, our technology, our underwriting is all true digital. And such recognitions coming from a publishing house like Banking Frontiers, which understands the banking, insurance, fintech, NBFC, that means a lot of for us. Thanks, first of all. Coming back to your question, we have built a state-of-art cloud native stack, and we have actually stopped doing business, a new business on the legacy tech stack. And eventually, we have taken a very bold step of shutting down all our traditional business channels and betting completely on future, which is nothing but the digital channels. And trust me, it's a big bet. So initially, we started with technology vision to build a reusable digital insurance ecosystem in the cloud using the microservices and event-driven architecture that will fully support an evolving business strategy. So actually, we have taken an ecosystem approach to scale our business. And this approach has actually many benefits because it allows to tap new and under-penetrated customer segments. And our cloud native tech stack will also enable us to integrate with our partner ecosystem seamlessly and faster. So the growth is never a hurdle. Hence, we wanted to move from the legacy monolith architecture to a cloud native ecosystem. So we are leveraging the strength of the entire ecosystem, whether it is coming from an e-commerce or e-wallets or fintechs or edutechs, etc. So that we are not dependent on a single organization or an industry perspective.
And when you do all this, ultimately you are living in an environment of open financial services. You are living in an environment of multi-cloud or hybrid cloud kind of environment. So how are you ensuring appropriate security to make sure that you are safe yet agile?
Absolutely. If you look at an agile world, the traditional security approach does not work in this increasing agile world. And considering our cloud native tech stack, we also required a cloud native security as well. Because as the tech ecosystem transforms, the cybersecurity becomes a very strategic initiative to protect the digital infrastructure as well. So we have implemented a security solutions from a cloud posture management for managing our cloud misconfigurations by continuous compliance checks and the workload protection to safeguard our cloud native workload. So we are integrating security in a DevOps rituals using the shift left by bringing the security towards the left. And since the security controls are non-negotiable and inseparable for us, it is like a default feature which we use for any of the releases rather than a bolt over approach, the thing which most of the organizations follow from the security perspective.
So how are you doing this integration of the entire silos together, especially when it comes to the security strategy?
So the cloud adoption has really made the velocity of the changes has been quietly increased. If you look at the 70% of the cloud, which is leveraged for the innovations, the cloud native app for the customer experience improvement, the cloud has actually also changed the way the applications are developed. And we are cognizant of the fact that security cannot be viewed in isolation. And we are continuously collaborating more to ensure that the DevSecOps pipeline for the overall security across all these stages of the value chain. And our security focus is on detection, prevention, and automation methodology.
So as a CISO, what is your suggestion as to how you can have an all-encompassing kind of cyber insurance strategy to help you to take your businesses without any jerks in between?
If you look at cyber insurance is a part of the enterprise risk management program. So insurance is just not a cyber issue. The organization buys insurance on many fronts to mitigate various organization risk, and cyber is just one of them. And if the scenario causes any kind of a business impact on the CIA, which is the triad of the cybersecurity, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability of any key business processes, you need to mitigate those either by accepting the risk or remediating or by transferring the risk. And it's a management call. They can decide whether they should cater the budget to manage the residual risk or accept the risk. So it's not a CISO's call or as a cyber professional, but as a CISO, you need to highlight the risk and propose solutions to manage this at the lowest level. And cyber insurance is one of the tools towards it.
Let us go a little bit ahead into the overall network and overall security, where observability plays a very important role. And if you have the right kind of vision about your entire network and your security strategy, it is quite helpful. From a cloud perspective, how do you ensure that you get the maximum amount of observability for your network infrastructure and to your platforms?
So as a technologist in the financial sector, we are all recognizing the need of the visibility across the cloud environments. Or most of the organizations are on the hybrid cloud, having an on-prem and multiple other clouds as well. And to cope up with the soaring complexity, we are encountering across an ever more fragmented and dynamic IT assets, which are complicated further by the advent of microservices, Kubernetes, and other container-based environments as well. So the surge in cloud computing initiatives over the past couple of years has exposed the need of the new generation solutions that will change the paradigm from monitoring to an observability in a software-defined cloud environment where everything is changing in the real time. And technologists are increasingly looking to move beyond the silo-based domain monitoring and achieve the full stack observability, where you can quickly transform availability and the performance of data from up and down their tech stack and turn it into the unified and the actionable insights based on business context.
From your side, do you also look at these new regulations which are often coming up from the IRDA and the regulators and things like that? How do you ensure that you keep up pace with that on one side, or probably go beyond that and do a better job on making sure that there is smooth running of business?
Good question, this thing. So I believe there are a lot of changes and a lot more expected by the regulator, because the world is changing very fast and regulators and the organizations need to keep up the pace, and compliance should not become a burden. Instead, it should empower companies to match the industry's best practices and should be given a realistic and a practical requirements. So insurance, we would have been tracking a couple of changes. As you rightly pointed out, insurance industry is up for the sweeping change, and the regulators are now following the innovation And here the organizations which will be more agile will be the industry leaders, if you look at. And Aegon Life will be able to navigate faster because of our completely cloud native and digital strategy. So we also have just to share a great socio-economic vision to ensure that every single household is financially secure. And to succeeding in our vision, we would mean like a more equitable India. And hence, in working towards our business goal, we are also serving the society as well. And while in order to succeed, we are embracing new ideas, and we are harnessing the digital potential and also looking at to scale exponentially, and also to think out of the box as well. And that's where we say that Aegon Life is India's first fully digital only life insurance company spearheading the transformation.
Fantastic. And as a digital fintech kind of organization, you definitely have to engage with a lot of other fintechs also. And engaging with fintechs, of course, comes with a lot of advantages and along with it a share of its own risk, because you have to take care of your compliance irrespective of whether the fintech is compliant or not. So under such circumstances, how are you making sure that you don't leave any compliance angle unturned? At the same time, you also get the best out of the uh, engagements as well as the advantages of the fintechs. What are the kind of checklists you do to make sure that this happens?
So there are a couple of processes. We have governance processes in place, which ensures that there is a balance between the both. And we really look at fintech and insurtech very synergistically. They could not only coexist, but also feed each other to grow. So insurtech takes care of the being seamlessly able to build the pipelines between the underwriter and the distributor, while the fintech invariably acts as a distributor in the insurance ecosystem. While they, from the time to market perspective, these guys are quite well equipped with the tech stack, and using our kind of a partnership it really helps in terms of from a time to market perspective. So we are looking at them as an opportunity rather than as a competition perspective.
What are those promising technologies that you would look forward in the near future, especially to align with in your line of business where you see a lot of opportunities and scope?
I think one is the visibility perspective, and as long as you are able to have the visibility of the entire ecosystem, that's where we'll be able to manage them and secure them better. So having a right visibility is one of the very important aspects which we look around. And shift left, which is an evolving framework, is what we are looking at in terms of giving the early feedback systems to the engineering and development team, which will really help to build a far more better and a secure technology platform. So I think these are the two things is primarily which we look upon. And while we are already quite bold in terms of using the technology very early in the life cycle, like developing our own ecosystem, I think that's an instrumental step with what we have taken. And right now we are looking at sustaining and maintaining those the benefits what we have really derived out of it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kiran, for a wonderful conversation and your insights to this short capsule of Banking Frontiers on Technology Trendsetters. We look forward to more such interesting conversations with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Babu. Thank you, Banking Frontiers. Thank you very much.